But obviously, a very exciting fight while it lasted. How satisfied are you as you sit there right now with the performance tonight?
You never want to get a win that way, but what happened was a result of checking a kick. I'm more than sure of it, and he got what he had coming to him, man. Karma's a mirror, and I busted my ass for so long to put myself in this position. I doubled down on myself after beating him in January when they offered me a title shot. I doubled down on myself and it paid off.
Nice. You were in there with him, obviously, just 6 months ago, so you're familiar with him at this point. How did that first round play out? Did anything surprise you? I mean, he did have a couple of decent moments in there. Did anything surprise you at all?
When he jumped for a guillotine, that surprised me. Nah, he hit me with a good left hand. I kind of was at an angle. I didn't see it. It was like a downward left hand. The kid can punch, man. He really can. He hit me with a good left hand. I thought he was going to use calf kicks against me, and I was right. Yeah, that's about it.
Jump the ghillie, your signature move there, right?
Don't be silly, jump the ghillie.
It did look a little bit in there. I was trying to figure out. It looked like you were complaining a little bit to Dean.
That's why I let him up. That's why I let him up at the end of the, I don't know. But I let him up because he had 3 fingers in my glove, the cuff of the tape, so it's a good grip. And he's pulling me down into up kicks. He's pulling me down and kicking up at the same time. I'm not surprised that he does that type of stuff. I was telling Herb that this guy's I can't get out of it.
Did he acknowledge you at all? That's why I couldn't tell what was being said. Did Herb acknowledge you at all? Or?
When I told Herb maybe Conor pulled his fingers out, I got to go back. Fighting's crazy. I got to go back and see. But that's what I was trying to tell Herb.
Yeah. And then obviously there was a late sequence at the end of the opening round. I mean, you were pushing to the end. When you went back to your corner at the end of round 1, did you know something was wrong?
Yeah, when I was walking away, and he stayed down, I looked down at his shin and I saw the bone. Like I saw it was disfigured a little bit, and I was like, oh man. It's just weird that it held together because I'm more than sure it happened when I checked the kick, that it held together, and then, probably when he pivoted on that bone, that's when it probably separated or something. I don't know, I'm not a doctor.
Yeah. So as you walk back to your corner, did you go, the fight's over?
Yeah, I went to sit on the stool, and I forget who was it in my corner came up to me and said, this is over.
Nice. Like you said, it's not the way you want a fight to end, right? But I do wonder, he said you were going to be leaving on a stretcher. He ends up leaving on a stretcher. Do you take any satisfaction in that?
Listen, Conor said some nasty stuff that didn't make it on Embedded, and maybe when this behind the scenes for this fight airs, you'll see him on the ground still saying some real bad stuff. But even that stuff being said, I don't wish, serious harm like that on nobody. The guy's got kids. I want him to go home safe to his family. I pray before these fights. Every time before I walk through the octagon door, I'm praying that not for me to win. I'm praying that we both get out of this safe because I know what I'm going to try to do to him. I know what he's going to try to do to me.
He said afterwards the rivalry's not over. Dana White was here earlier, and Dana said, obviously you're going to fight for the title next, but at some point you do the rematch down the line. Do you feel like the rivalry is over, or do you feel like...
No, we are going to fight again, whether it's in the octagon or on the sidewalk. You don't say the stuff he said,
The things that he did say, especially afterwards, you're saying about your wife and that sort of thing?
Nah, my wife's solid as a rock. I'm not worried about that. That's noise. He was saying that he was going to kill me. You don't say stuff like that. That he was going to murder me. You don't say stuff like that, You don't say stuff about people's wives either, but I know that's zero chance. But there is a chance, somebody could die. And you don't say that. You don't wish that on anybody, man.